Hey everyone, Arahli here, and thank you for joining me today as we play some ARK. We're going to do a little tutorial today. So we've got a raft here, and one of the things that I always do when I build things like the nest behind me is I like to lower the foundations a little bit. Now there are tons and tons of options to do that, but I'm going to show you the way that I think costs the least amount of resources and is probably the easiest option. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to just go ahead and hide this sail. So you just go to your menu here, hide sail. Now that's gone. Now for us, it's going to take just a couple foundations and a couple pillars for what we're going to do. So we're going to just go ahead and line this first one up. We're just going to kind of get it centered up. Now I always like to use that little wood piece that goes across the front there to try to make it as close as I can. So we'll just twist a little bit. And this doesn't need to be perfect because it's just to kind of show you the basics. But once that is in place, now we know that's about centered. So we've got one foundation in. We would then snap in a pillar. Okay, so now this pillar is tied directly to this foundation. Now this is the one bit of foundation we're going to waste. We're going to get rid of this one now. So that's gone, and now we've got our one pillar. Now pillars have two snap points for other pillars, so I'm going to just kind of back out here so you guys can see. So we've got the one right next to it, and if you look, you can see that the height is just a little bit different. It's lower. And then if I go out here, it's the same height. So if we pick the closer one, we'll actually be able to get two different heights out of these pillars. And that's going to be the main part of how we do this foundation lowering. So now we've got that. We're going to just delete this one back out. We're going to place the next one right next to it again. Once again, it's dropped just a small amount, right? So we're just going to go back and forth with this a couple times. Now I typically do this 6 or 7 times depending on what height I want to do for the actual foundations. So we're going to do a couple of these real quick. And we're going to get this taken out of there and put the new ones in. And what we're going to do now is we're going to just test the height we have, right? So we're going to take this out. And we can press our foundation button and see we're just above the level of the raft right now, right? The platform. So if we put in one more right next to it and then push that foundation out to the next piece, you see we're at the exact level of the raft right now. So this level right here that we're at now will actually encompass the raft's surface as well, which means if you're using like metal foundations, you can enclose the entire raft and make sure that nothing can damage the raft itself. Now this is the level I typically leave my stuff at. I can show you over there in just a second, but you can kind of see that it's just a little bit above the actual surface itself. I like to have that so if I were to cover the whole raft, I could enclose the whole thing. But there is one more level we can do. So let's take this guy out. I'll put one of these guys in. Now we've dropped again one level, right? Now we're too far back to put it, like this is snapping to the front one. We can't snap to the back one where it's at. So we can snap to the side so you can see. Now that level right there is actually underneath the raft, which means that if we had another piece over there, you could still look down at the raft and be able to drive it. Okay, now we can't do that with this level, which is why on builds like over there, I actually leave the piece open where the rudder is to give you the space to be able to get on the raft and actually drive it. So that's it. Just a couple pillars. That's the basic idea on how you go ahead and get the foundations lowered to whatever height you'd like for it. It's really easy to do this, and that's, I think, the least amount of resources you can spend to do something like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the little tutorial. I know that that's always helped me out when I wanted to build my stuff that way. If you liked the video, you can of course drop a like below. If you want to see more stuff with like foundation lowerings and me building things like that nest raft over there, check out my channel. You can always subscribe, and I will catch you guys on the flip side.